Today, we're going to be trying to save the three newly promoted clubs on Football Manager 2024. Burnley sit 20th, Sheffield United sit 18th, and Luton sit 17th in real life. And if it wasn't for Everton's 10-point financial fair play deduction, all three of them would be in the relegation zone, 3 points of safety after just 12 games, which is not the greatest stat for any of them. Now, we'll be picking this up in your world mode in one save. We're going to try and save Burnley, Sheffield United, and Luton all in the same Premier League season, so none of them get relegated. Now, that is quite a difficult task, so we'll see how we get on, but we are doing this in your world mode. So with Burnley, we've got 81 million to go and spend. With Sheffield United, we've got 29 million to go and spend. And with Luton, we've got 24 million pounds to go ahead and spend. So it's going to be great fun seeing if we can save these three clubs. We're going to go ahead and make some wild transfers, see if we can, improve this club, well, all three of these clubs, to a level where we can get Premier League safety in just one season, all three of them. This is going to be quite the challenge, but make sure you stick around for the journey because some of these signings are going to be pretty mental. And we're going to be starting with our signings for Luton. For me, by far the most difficult club to do this with is going to be Luton. Now, they've got the worst club as you start, so it's going to be interesting to see what we can do, and definitely from my experience from doing this, the worst pull as a club as well. And signing number one is Ashley Young on a free contract. The fact that Ashley Young is a 3.5-star player for us shows a lot. He's a 38-year-old wing back, and we are going to be playing a 5-back system. I'll go through the tactics as well shortly. But Ashley Young is going to be our left wing back or right wing back. Hopefully he's going to be able to do a job. He's good enough for Everton in real life. He's a consistent performer who loves a big match and has had a very, very good Premier League career. Maybe he's a year or two too old. If this was a 36-year-old Ashley Young, I might feel a bit more confidence, as would I if we were signing Andre Ayew maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Now, this guy is just brought in to be a backup. Last season, we got Nottingham Forest in the Premier League and 13 games, no goals. But this guy adds a little bit of quality in the wide areas is what I would say, and maybe a little bit of a diverse attacking option rather than Adebayo and Carlton Morris. 5'9", not the greatest of pace, but great dribbling, great bravery, great composure, great finishing. And again, on a free contract, there's already a little bit of a thing here at Luton of who we can sign, as is Odion Ighalo. This one is just pure vibes, all right? Odion Ighalo, free signing again from Al Hilal in Saudi Arabia, where he found his goal-scoring form in Saudi, which is easy enough to say because after his loan, well, his free transfer at Manchester United, 12 games and no goals. Well, at Al Shabab and Al Ali, he scored 52 goals in 71 games. So hopefully, again, just as a pure rotational backup option, Odion Ighalo can be someone that scores some goals for us. Great finishing, great pace, and great composure as well on him. The first signing I've made for actual money is Lawrence Ziggy. This guy's been brought in to be our number one goalkeeper. He is a Ghanaian goalkeeper, 26 years of age, signed from St. Gallen in Switzerland. Now, he's got great reflexes, great rushing out. He's 6'2", great bravery, great aerial reach, etc. And is a bit of a hidden gem, in my opinion. I've never really seen this guy. And it's someone different to use in goal as well. And he looks very, very good. So we'll see what Lawrence Ziggy can bring us this season for Luton. We've got Dan James coming in, who is the epitome of a lower half Premier League winger. Great pace, not a lot of end product, but certainly adds a very good dynamic to this Luton side. Is a bit of a, for me, an upgrade on Tahith Chong. I'm a big Tahith Chong, been a United fan, but Dan James, I also don't mind at all. And I think it's quite funny to see Dan James here at Luton. Better quality than he is. I mean, he's doing okay in the Championship with Leeds, and he's certainly, for me, a bottom half Premier League player. So Dan James has been brought in, and that was for just £7.75 million. And then we've got the central cover star. He doesn't quite have the big afro anymore, but Marouane Fellaini is here. He is a backup striker or central midfielder, and he is just a very well-rounded player. Now, he has been over at China now for 4 years after his spell at Manchester United, but some great aggression, bravery, burst touch, marking, passing, teamwork, strength, natural fitness, jumping reach. He's 35 years of age, but hopefully he's going to be good enough for us. He's a good Championship player, it says, and as a rotational midfielder. Marouane Fellaini just had to be the cover star, and an absolute legend at that as well. We've brought Ashley Phillips in on loan to be a backup centre-back. Not really good enough right now, but certainly to be a backup, and as we are playing a 3-back, to have 6 centre-backs, to be the 6th one, potentially get some game time, being brought in on loan of Blackburn. I am not fussed about at all. A decent little loan signing, and the free signing I've made at centre-back of Jason Denayer certainly helps out this defence quite a lot. He's been at Shabab Al Ali after his career at Lyon. And on a free transfer, again, £8.8 million in value, a very well-rounded centre-back, certainly improves the team. And the team looks quite good on paper as well. One I'm quite happy with that we've created here at Luton is Ziggy in goal, Denaya, Lockyer and Anderson is the back three, Young, Doherty, Fellaini and Panzu, Ogbene, James and Morris. And on the backups, we're looking at James Shee, Ashley Phillips, Gabriel Osho, Dan Potts, Reece Burke, Amari Bell, Jay Clark, Alan Campbell, Andre Ayew, Fred Onyedinma, Odebayo and Igalo. Still a lot of players to try and get rid of, which is proving to be very, very difficult. But in terms of outgoings, there was very little. £24 million spent, as said, and we are spent on budget completely, which is a good thing to do here at Luton. So that is club number one. How do we do at rebuilding Luton? We'll check that out at the end, because of course we've got to look at our signings for Sheffield United. Now we've got £5 million left in the bank that we didn't end up and go and spend, but that's because I don't think the Sheffield United team is too far off if you keep hold of star players like Iliman Ndiaye. Now, signing number one is Elan Meslier. Improving the goalkeeper position was pivotal for me. He's been relegated with Leeds, £15 million, bringing in a goalkeeper that's 23 years of age, has got some great, enjoys big matches, he's consistent, enjoys big matches, and a very good goalkeeper, 6'5", French, very, very class. £15 million, you cannot go wrong with signing Elan Meslier. And after that, it was free signings. Like number one, Jesse Lingard is here at Sheffield United. He's still at a club in real life and didn't actually rip the world up at Bolton Forest, but that was on a very big contract. Here, we've got him on £38,000 a week on a free signing. Now, absolutely fantastic signing in Jesse Lingard. I'm a huge fan of Big J Lings, and I think, to be fair, with the formation we're playing, which is not released yet, this formation is going to come out as an overachieving tactic. This tactic is fantastic. You're going to see some fantastic results with Jesse Lingard playing as a shadow striker. He is absolutely brilliant on this game, and if you haven't tried him yet, the wages are not what you think. Give him a go. He's very, very good. Ross Barkley, again, is here as well. He signed for Luton in real life, but given the formation that we're playing rather than the Luton formation, I think this formation suits Ross Barkley ahead of a lot more with first touch, dribbling, decent enough stats all around. And you can see at Luton, Ross Barkley has been very, very good as well, and comes in as the best central attacking midfielder here at the club on a free transfer yet again. Striker-wise, getting someone a bit more experienced than having Ryan Brewster, and the other guy that I can't remember off the top of my head is Alfredo Morelos. So this guy's got a very good value, released from Rangers. I'm not quite sure where he's gone in real life, but great finishing, great aggression, determination, great strength, and is an actual born goal scorer. Obviously, in the Scottish League, you have to take things into account, but pretty much a goal every other game is a very good record. And to come in the Premier League, Alfredo Morelos is going to be our guy. And then just as a backup midfielder, Joao Moutinho, released from Wolves in the summer just gone. Great first touch, determination, passing, technique, vision, teamwork. Very, very good on the ball midfielder, and to be a backup at 36 years of age is more than good enough. And you can see I am really utilising the free transfer market, and I think it's something that people are not doing enough, especially on this year's game. And the team we've got here at Sheffield United looks very, very strong. Meslier in goal, Baldock and Norrington Davis are the two wing backs, Egan and Anel Ahmedhovic in midfield with Norwood and Burge in midfield, Barkley, Iliman Ndiaye, Lingard and Morelos. And Ndiaye staying in the club is the key, because this guy is fantastic. He's moved to Marseille in real life, and it is a real talent, and it was a big loss for them in real life, and one of the reasons I think they've really struggled this year. So I made sure I kept him, because this is an alternate universe and it's fun, and he looks great. So he is staying here at the club. And the backups looking at Rose Fotheringham, Jaden Bogle, Chris Basham, Jack Robinson, Max Lowe, John Fleck, João Moutinho, Ismaila Kilbayi, Ben Osborne, Dan Jefferson and Ryan Brewster. And again, some players to try and get rid of. I'm not a fan of Ollie McBurney, so yes, he is going to be looking to leave, but a very, very good tactic and a very, very good team. Like I said, this tactic is going to come out on Thursday on Sword Art SI as a 3 central attack midfielded overpowered underdog tactic. So that's going to come out very, very shortly. So keep an eye out for that one. But I believe we've got one more club to go through, and the club with all the money. And that club is Burnley. And as you can see, I didn't actually spend all £81 million. Still got £25 million left in the bank, and we spent around 80, but with sales as well, we didn't actually do too bad in terms of letting people go. Now, in terms of our first signing is Carlos Alcaraz, and this guy's at Southampton in real life, a very good young 20-year-old central attack midfielder with a little bit of Premier League experience, 18 games last season, 4 goals, scored an absolute worldie off the top of my head, if I can remember, on the last day of the season. That's a weird, vivid memory, and he looks absolutely fantastic. Some great dribbling, first touch, passing. 20 years of age, to have someone as well-rounded as this for just £15 million is an absolute bargain, as is signing 26-year-old Nigerian CDM Wilfred Ndidi, now obviously relegated with Leicester. Great marking, tackling, heading, the Holy Trinity, as I like to call it in defence. Consistent, likes a big match, decent enough pace, great work rate, and again, £15 million as a newly relegated CDM comes into this Burnley side as a fantastic central defensive midfielder and a little bit of a blast from the past, and someone that I don't think would actually smash the Premier League right now. He's certainly here as a backup. Andres Iniesta. Fun, isn't it? It's great fun. 20 first touch, 20 technique, 20 vision, 19 flair, 16 decisions, 17 composure, 17 anticipation, 18 passing. It's an absolute vibe to have Andres Iniesta here at Burnley. You think of Sean Dyche, that is obviously the old Burnley. Never would you imagine 2 years down the line, company in charge of Andres Iniesta in midfield. So that made me laugh when I thought of doing it. So here he is for £1.5 million from Vissel Kobe. So very happy with that signing. The loan signing of Brandon Williams is slightly less exciting than Andres Iniesta, but certainly a good one. He's here at left back for us. Looks very, very good. Great aggression, bravery, determination. He's on loan at Ipswich in real life in the Premier Championship and smashing it. And I'm sure he's going to do the same here at Burnley. So happy to get him in. The big signing to go up front for us is Victor Gyökeres. Now, obviously, he has been from Coventry to Sporting in real life, and there was lots of links with Spurs and Brighton, and we've ended up getting him here at Burnley for £25 million. Great finishing, great aggression, determination, stamina, pace, natural fitness, strength, work rate, penalty taking, a fantastic striker, and you can see nearly a 5-star current ability, so a fantastic striker in Victor Gyökeres. So if you have not used him this year and you're doing a Your World save, go and get him. He looks fantastic. And the right back option I've signed is Kylian Sidilia. Now, this is a guy I've signed quite a lot recently on FM, and that's because I'm a huge fan of him, and trust me, it's not going to stop because he is so well-rounded. Centre back, right wing back, CDM. He can do it all. He's great on the ball. Very good determination, and a really big fan of this guy. And if you play FIFA, you know how annoying this guy can be on FIFA. He can do the same on FM as well. He's very consistent, so great to get him in it. And this tactic is the Underdog 4-2-3-1 that I've released on Sword Art SI. This is Muric in goal, Sidilia, Bayer, who was already here from the signings, Ekdal and Taylor, with Cullen and Ndidi in midfield, Zaruri on the left, Benson on the right, Alcaraz in cam, and Gyökeres up top. Peacock, Farrell, Roberts, Al-Dakali, McNally, Brandon Williams, Iniesta, Jack Cork. What a partnership. Gudmundsson, Scott Twine, Treliniov and Lyle Foster as the strikers, and like I said, still some money to go ahead and spend. Now, what I'm going to do on Patreon is release the 3 all signings ones done for you guys to use, and the 3 at the end of the season. If you want to use that, thank you to the massive legends on screen right now on Patreon. You guys literally help my dreams of creating content come through, and if you want these sale files, they're going to be down there on Patreon. Like I said, there'll be the start and the end both on there for you guys to go ahead and use if you want them, and obviously all the rebuilds are on there as well from the end of season number 5. So if you want to help support me in any way possible, that is over there on Patreon. And if you're still watching at this point, little sneak peek, we're going to be returning to Twitch tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock for the completing FM save, to play a little bit of that one and get back on the Twitch vibe. So if you're still here, feel free to come over to the Twitch tomorrow at 6 o'clock. But let's get into it. Let's sim this season, see how we do in charge of Burnley, Luton and Sheffield United all in one game save. Right, well, we had a very, very mixed array of results, and I hate to say it, Luton fans, the season's written off for you regardless of what happens. Get me in charge, it doesn't matter. I've been sacked. And at the very end of this season as well, and that's because things didn't go very well with Luton. I have to be honest, the signings didn't quite pull up to what they were meant to be. And yeah, we've come 20th and relegated on 25 points. But you can see on the board, much better results for Sheffield United and Burnley. So it's just Luton. You're written off, all right, lads. There's no point in the season happening for you guys. It's useless, all right. There's absolutely no point. 21 goals from Carlton Morris, 4 goals and 8 assists for Jedo Diogbene. Dan James with 4 on 4. Ashley Young did quite well, was one of the better performers. In fact, we'll do this by average rating. Lawrence Ziggy hardly played. When he did, was fantastic. Now, this obviously I do this as a big simulation. I lock in the formation and let the AI take over from there. I can't control who plays. Lawrence Ziggy, if he was in goal, would have come 4th, I believe. Maybe a little bit outrageous. The next best signing we made was Ashley Young, which I absolutely stated him a second ago. Jason Denayer hardly played as well, just 5 games. Ashley Phillips played a lot of games, which is very odd, the fact that he played loads. Dan James played a lot of games. Igalo hardly played. Fellaini hardly played. Luton, what are you doing? This guy I actually think would be very fun to use on FM, and if I get a chance to use on this year's FM, I'm going to be sticking him up front. So again, they could be the vibes on Twitch. If you skipped that Patreon bit, you didn't hear that I'll be be returning to Twitch. You don't know what time that is, so go back to that one and listen to that. But if we get the chance on Twitch, Fellaini will be coming in. We've got Freeman, Adebayo, Woodrow, Lockyer, Onyedema, Dion Pereira. Yeah, but the Luton thing didn't go very, very well. But that's okay, because the other two clubs went fantastic. I'm going to go to the best club we did it with, Sheffield United, ladies and gentlemen, in the top 10. What a rebuild. What a rebuild. With one summer of signings in the Your World mode, we turned this club into one of the best clubs, well, one of the top half clubs in the Premier League. Meslier, a 7.19 average rating. Ross Barkley on this game is a demon. 11 goals and 5 assists. Absolutely fantastic. With Jay Lings sitting out here doing this celebration non-stop. You probably didn't hear that because it muffled it. Doing that non-stop. 9 goals, 6 assists, a 7.02 average rating. Jay Lings is back, ladies and gentlemen. What a guy. 36 appearances, stayed fit for it, which is great to see. Ijman Koulibaly, when he played, was fantastic. João Moutinho, when he played, was good. Didn't play a lot and is retiring, I'm guessing, or leaving to Al Riyadh. But Assander Berge was great. Where is the other signings we made? Iliman Ndiaye, we kept around at the club, did very, very well. 25 games, 4 goals, 3 assists. As a newly comer in the Premier League is decent. Morelos, 18 goals in 42 games. Getting a bagsman up top is the key for Sheffield United. Someone that knows where the back of the net is very, very important. And then that's pretty much it for signings. I think we didn't actually sign too many players here. The club here is decent without the sales of Iliman Ndiaye. And the signings you can bring in on a free contract like Lingard and Ross Barkley can completely change the club around. And like I said, coming in 9th, 55 points, a positive 10 goal difference. Data hub wise, things were great. We just didn't concede many goals. Fantastic for a new promoted club. So buzzing with how we did with Sheffield United. And then the last team we did it with was Burnley. And again, you've seen safety, 11th place, 52 points, a 0 goal difference. Fantastic simulation here with Burnley. Best performer playing lots of games was Manuel Benson on a 7.15. Ndidi 7.04. Charlie Taylor, Muric, Gyökeres 27 goals in 45 games. He's a bagsman. He's an absolute bagsman. Carlos Alcaraz, 10 goals and 6 assists. Weghorst on loan did wonders. Iniesta, he is now retiring, but he played 7 games. Did he play in the Premier League? 5 appearances off the bench in the Premier League. Iniesta, a Premier League midfielder. What a guy, 40 years of age. Absolute hero. Again, I want to get him in. A midfield of Fellaini and Iniesta sounds fun to me on Twitch, I've got to say. We got Sinadilla, who played few games, about 20 overall, which isn't too bad at all. And then other than that, there's not too many players that didn't get too much game time. But goals-wise, a lot coming from Gyökeres. Alcaraz was another fantastic signing as well, and the tactic worked very, very well. And we managed to save Sheffield United and Burnley from relegation in Your World mode using our tactics with some fantastic free agent signings and some more expensive ones. Luton, you're absolutely ruined, right? There's absolutely no chance. I hope you guys enjoyed this little bit of a Your World experiment. I hope you did enjoy it. If you want to see more of this content, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And I have already mentioned the completed FM save. Now that is going to be linked, well, a video will be down there for you to go and watch. It's fantastic, so go ahead and watch it.